Different countries have different tax laws, so with different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies and then you step up into different things.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on the Sunrise, and I'm super excited to be here to continue this conversation all the way until 9 a.m. All right. So don't forget to be a part of the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts with us. All you need to do is just text me on 078-52-473-473. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, because I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say with regard to what we are going to be talking about, right? And now, before we head into the conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that if you spend so much of time on social media, well, then the best thing for you to do is actually to go follow us on our socials, all right? Because all you need to do is just like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to essentially make sure that you're always informed and updated about the very latest, right? In terms of things that happen in the United Kingdom, in terms of the things that happens all over the world, the best way for you to be updated about all of this is by, following us on our socials, all right? So don't actually forget to do that, and don't forget to share our videos and our posts with your friends and family as well, because that would be absolutely amazing. And something else that you need to keep in mind is that our app is actually available for free download on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And all you need to do actually is to make sure that you're always informed and you're always updated is by tuning into the conversation by downloading our app. That will actually help you to be informed about everything that we talk about. So make sure to download our app as well. And now let's actually get into talking about how companies are incentivizing young people to get vaccinated. Now, the reason we need to talk about this is because there's a lot of vaccine hesitancy here in the United Kingdom, especially among the youth, right? And something that I've noticed is when it comes to the youth, they're very hesitant to get the vaccine, okay? And I personally, I read up on it because I wanted to figure out why exactly the youth didn't want to go get the vaccine. And something that I found was the way that this has been advertised, right? Especially if you had, or if you take into example all of these coronavirus campaigns that we had, we would always advertise it as, oh, older people are the most vulnerable, young people aren't that vulnerable. I mean, even if they get the disease, it's not going to be that bad for them. But the truth is that's not actually true, because with time, we're seeing that if young people are unvaccinated and they get COVID-19, that could actually be quite terrible for them, right? Because I've seen so many cases and I've seen so many young children who have gotten, who've actually gotten the worst possible condition of of COVID-19 because, because they've gotten it and it's gotten so bad for them because they were not vaccinated as well. Okay, so that is basically that is the whole problem here right now, because young people also tend to think, oh, you know what, we're young, we're fit, and we're healthy, so we don't really need to vaccinate, because why should we? And plus, if the news and everything is saying that, we're in the chances of young people getting the disease is less, then why exactly do we need to vaccinate, right? So that is just how the picture is right now. Okay, and now all of these companies, like Uber, like Deliveroo, then we have lastminute.com. All of these companies essentially want to incentivize young people to get vaccinated. And what better way is there for young people to get incentivized to get the vaccine other than giving them vouchers, free deals, even free pizza? Because if I was being offered free pizza to go get the vaccine, I wouldn't even refuse. I mean, you wouldn't even have to like ask me twice. You would just have to say pizza vaccine, and I would just like get dressed up and be ready to go get the vaccine, right? And that's just me, but I know that there are so many other people out here as well who would do the exact same thing, right? And that's why, all of these companies are now trying to or they're trying to make sure that they can, or rather, they're incentivizing young people to go get the vaccine, because the truth is, if if the entirety of the United Kingdom is not vaccinated, then our fight against coronavirus isn't actually going to be useful, right? Because the truth is, even if we have only half of the population vaccinated and the other half isn't, then the virus is still going to spread. The rate of infection is still going to be there. So to prevent all of that from happening and to make sure that we have better immunity, the way we can go about it is actually by making sure that we vaccinate the entire population. All right. And that is why vaccination is so, so important, right? And now a lot of these businesses here in the United Kingdom, like Asda, lastminute.com, National Express, Free Now taxis, and even Better Leisure Centers are in fact among those that are offering incentives for young people to get vaccinated, right? Now, we already know that Uber, Bolt, and even Deliveroo have already said that they're going to offer discounted rides, right? And even meals for customers who basically get a COVID-19 jab. And this is to essentially help to boost the vaccine uptake, right? And the Department of Health and Social Care said that ASDA will actually offer £10 vouchers for their clothing brand George, basically if they vaccinate 18 to 30-year-olds who spend over £20, all right? And even the travel company lastminute.com will actually offer over 18s £30 gift cards towards their holidays abroad to all young people who get vaccinated through their website. So that is basically, all of these, that is in fact the positive news that is there for young people to go get vaccinated. So, maybe go get vaccinated, show your proof of vaccination, and then you will be able to get all of these free offers as well, okay? And I think they're doing their part to actually make sure they incentivize as many young people as possible to go get the vaccine, all right? And now we're going to head into a small break, but don't worry because I will be back in a few minutes to keep discussing this topic. But until then, make sure you stay tuned.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much has changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he might say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He'd say to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much. A lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
welcome back to the show. It's your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and you tuned into the sunrise because I'm gonna keep you company all the way until 9 a.m. right? And until the clock strikes 9. I have so much more left to share with you, so make sure you stay tuned and make sure you text me on 078 as well because I would absolutely love to hear the conversation. I would love to hear what your thoughts are and what your opinions are about what we are talking about. All right. So don't forget to be a part of the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts and opinions with us because that is something I'm absolutely looking forward to. All right. Now, something else you can do and something else you can keep in mind is that when you're always scrolling down your Instagram or your Facebook, well, you can go follow us on our socials as well, right? Because you can actually like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and actually make sure that you're always informed and updated about the very latest that we are talking about as well. And don't forget to go subscribe to us on our YouTube channel as well, because that way you can check out all of the videos with regard to everything that we talk about. So don't forget to go do that. And I want to very quickly remind you that you can in fact go download our app because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. All you need to do is just go download the app because it's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. Okay, so don't forget to do that. And now let's actually head into our conversation because we need to talk about how all of these companies are incentivizing young people to go get vaccinated, right? And why exactly this is a good thing is because they're now, giving people reasons as to why they should get it vaccinated. And how that's going to help our vaccination drive is by we're going to have a lot of these young people who will want to go get vaccinated, right? Now, recently, there were some live pop-up events, like music festivals and circuses. That would essentially have pop-up vaccination centers, right? And how exactly that would be helpful is because so many young people go to these pop-up events, right? So many young people go to musical events as well, musical festivals, right? So when these people go to these festivals and they see pop-up vaccination centers and all of their friends are getting it, then that sort of influences them to go get it as well. So actually, if you think about it, it's actually very, very smart of them to offer incentives like this, okay? Now, Better Leisure Centers will actually offer over 16s a £10 voucher, right? And this they can use on any Better membership and even a free 3-day pass at any of their 235 leisure facilities that are across the United Kingdom, right? So imagine all you need to do is just get vaccinated and you can actually get a free 3-day pass to go to any of their leisure facilities in the United Kingdom. Because who's going to say no to that, right? You're getting a free trip, and I don't think anyone would say no to that. And the taxi app Free Now will actually provide up to 1 million in free rides for over 18s, right? And this is essentially to attend their vaccine appointment each way from Sunday from this Sunday until the end of September, right? And even national express buses like Midlands will also, offer 1,000 people 5-day unlimited travel saver tickets, which can be used within 90 days. All right. And that is absolutely amazing news because look, if you're going to be given so many benefits to go get vaccinated, then I don't think anyone's going to say no to vaccinations. And I think it's absolutely amazing as well because you're convincing people that look, if you're going to get vaccinated, you're going to have these benefits. And especially if you're young and especially if you had to lose so much of your say 20s like I am to the pandemic, then you're not going to say no to a free ticket to go around the United Kingdom. Because the truth is, a lot of us lost our youth to the pandemic. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say this, because so many of us had to sacrifice on going out and having fun when the pandemic struck, right? All of us were stuck at home. We had to go through lockdown. We had to, change our lives around. And right now, because things are slowly getting back to normal, there's vaccination drives that are happening all over the world. What that means is that we can finally get back to normal, right? And so for us to get back to normal, we have to get vaccinated. And we also have, a whole lot of restaurants and nightclubs and pubs that actually check our vaccination status, right? If you're not fully vaccinated, you're not going to be allowed to going to be allowed to go in to either the bar, the pub, the nightclub, whatever it is, right? So by incentivizing people to go get the vaccine, incentivizing people to, have a vaccination, to be fully vaccinated, what that means is they can continue going back to the way their lives were before the pandemic. Right. And obviously, all of us were very, very excited on July 19th when they finally lifted these restrictions and things could go back to normal. So it's important to keep that in mind as well, because, now we can actually make sure that or rather we're allowed to go back to normal in our lives, right? And now the DHSC also said Deliveroo has also revealed further details of their support, which will in fact include thousands of £5 vouchers to those who get the vaccine. All right, so pretty amazing stuff. But right now we're gonna head into a small break, and after that we will be back to keep talking about this. But until then, make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. It's your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and we're here to, continue our conversation about coronavirus and all of the chaos that we're actually going through because of COVID-19. All right. Now, I'm here to actually give you the very latest updates with regard to COVID-19, with regard to all of the changes that are going around in the world. So, so let's just continue this conversation. And now before we actually head into the conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can, in fact, be a part of the show. All you need to do is text me on 07852473473 and share your thoughts and opinions with me as well. All right. So don't forget to do that. And I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts and your opinions with regard to COVID-19, with regard to the virus, with regard to the pandemic, and all of these things that are going on. Because let's be honest, even though it's been almost a little bit over 1.5 years ever since this pandemic began, we're still trying to move past it, right? We're still trying to get our lives back to normal and change the way our lives have changed, right? And that's just how it is. So don't be shy, because I'm not gonna bite. All you need to do is just text me or call me on 07852473473, right? And something else that you can actually do is to go follow us on our socials. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And obviously, don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, all right? Because you know how sometimes in the middle of these, right, when we're texting our friends, we can sometimes they might not probably be on the same page as we are, and they might not necessarily have the same thoughts that we have with regard to the pandemic. Then you want to prove a point to your friend because he or she just does not believe what you're saying. Well, the best thing for you to do is just share our content, because we talk about everything and we always try to make sure that you understand what is going on in the world, and we try to explain it to you and help you understand why exactly it is working this way. All right, so if you want to do that, don't be shy. You can go share, you can go like us and follow us, and also share our posts and our videos with your friends and family as well. And don't forget to download our app either, because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store for your convenience, so you can listen in from any device from anywhere in the world, right? Now let's actually head into our conversation, which is about coronavirus, the chaos that we have been going through, and why exactly we need to keep taking some of the steps that we used to take. All right, now what we need to keep in mind is, sure enough, so many people have gotten vaccinated, our lives are getting back to normal. Even young people are now getting vaccinated, because recently they announced that they were offering the jab to 16 and 17-year-olds as well. And with that, we're seeing that our vaccination drives are in fact progressing. Our country is growing in terms of vaccination and protection against COVID-19. Right. However, along with that, we had the ease of travel restrictions. We had, they basically removed the requirement to isolate if someone you knew or someone you were in close contact with tested positive. Right. So in terms of some of those decisions, it's essentially to help our economy, to help us go back to normal, right? However, what that has actually created is for all of us to go back to, step one, because now, as you can see, the virus is spreading at a fast rate, right? And that is because, we have new arrivals, and with new arrivals, that means that they could also possibly bring new variants of COVID-19. Right. But I guess this is also an attempt to actually go back to how our lives were, because the truth is, even though all of this is happening, we still need to sort of go back to the way our lives used to be, right? And we can't always be locked up in our homes forever, and that just does not make sense, right? So with regard to all of that, we spoke about how workers should actually be given a right to disconnect from work. And the reason we said that is because right now you have so many workers or employees that are asked to do overtime work at what they're supposed to do in office when they're home, simply because they're working from home, right? This has caused one of the biggest problems, because now people are finding it hard to draw that line, to create that separation between work life and your personal life. And that has actually led to a lot of people getting stressed out. They have mental health problems, they're suffering from stress, anxiety, and even depression, because the workload has become so much, right? And now they're actually calling for an amendment to the Employees Act of 1996 to essentially help these people get back to how their lives were, and to essentially make sure that the employers can't actually call them after working hours. And if they do so, they can actually be taken to, court for it, right? And that is all because how much the pandemic actually changed our lifestyle. And we also spoke about how you are having you're having huge companies like Bolt, Uber, Deliveroo, lastminute.com, and even Asta are basically offering people reasons as to why they need to get vaccinated, right? They're basically incentivizing young people to go get vaccinated, and they're giving free rides, they're giving vouchers, they're even giving free trip passes to their leisure resorts. And I think that's absolutely amazing, because that is definitely going to sort of boost the morale and make sure that the vaccine uptake or vaccination drive is also going to be boosted, right? So that is the very latest for you right here on The Sunrise with me, Sarah. And I will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place, same frequency. So make sure you stay tuned. And also make sure you stay tuned, because we have Jamie on the chat trap next, and she's going to be talking about the very latest in terms of entertainment, in terms of all of the celebrity gossip that is happening as well. So until then, make sure you stay tuned, and I really, really hope you have an amazing day, because I am going to have an amazing day, and I hope you have an amazing day as well. So bye bye.